Howdy tube viewers, TJ Pyramid here, good old Joe, with another movie review, and that is of Rock and Roll Nightmare, starring John Michael Thor. Take off the slipcase, reduce the glare. This is the special edition Synapse Films. Basically, the plot of this film is the John Michael Thor character and his band head out to this abandoned farmhouse cabin type place to basically be away from everything that can distract them so they can work on their album rehearsal and such, because there's a cool 24-track studio set up in the barn. And slowly, one by one, the evil that resides within this farm starts killing off the band members one by one. Um, there's some really fun music in this. Most of it actually written by John Michael Thor, because he is an actual musician. If you look him up, you'll see that back in, 73, he was actually on the Merv Griffin show and whatnot. So he actually is a musician, performer, and whatnot. Very theatrical in the vein of, Alice Cooper type stuff, as you can see right there. So yeah, this is a fun film. You got the cheesy 80s. This is 1987, so you got some cheesy hair metalish type stuff. A song called "We Live to Rock," Energy, which they perform in the barn as they're rehearsing in the film. Really funny, really catchy. By the end of the song, you're pretty much bobbing your head and singing along to it. The special effects, or the monsters, are pretty funny. There looks to be some like hand puppet type things with like a cyclops eye. Uh, they just kind of have fun with them. And the big main monster himself, uh, whatever it may be, ooh, it's the devil, um, is pretty funny looking. He kind of looks like a marionette puppet and stuff, and has these fangs and whatnot. It's cheesy, super, super cheesy. If you're a fan of 80s cheesy movies, you are going to rock and roll all over this, because it is loaded with fun, cheese-tastic, ooey gooey cheesiness that you're just going to want to stretch apart and roll around in. Ugh. But yeah, really fun. And towards the end, there's also like a twist that kind of happens in the film, but I actually, you don't see the twist coming, because yeah, you're just not expecting it. So when the twist happens, and John Michael Thor reveals this twist, you're kind of like, oh, I mean, it's not nothing major, but it's kind of funny. When he first encounters the devil, you kind of think something's going on just by the way he's talking to the devil. So yeah, then he has his big transformation into this dude, that dude, whatever he may be. So yeah, it's really enjoyable. This is the Synapse release. The cover art here is really cool. It's Wes Benscoter. If you don't know Wes Benscoter, Google him. He does some fantastic, fantastic artwork. Big fan of his. You got a really nice audio commentary on this with the director John Fasano and a heavy metal icon and star, John Michael Thor. You actually have the new video introduction by John Michael Thor, and he looks a lot different. A couple music videos for the two songs I said, "We Live to Rock" and "Energy." Some rare footage from the set, creating some of the monsters in it, and I think it's about a 15-minute interview with John Michael Thor, which is really fun. So, yeah, here's the disc right there. There's the liner notes. The liner notes were done by Ian Jane, who actually lives in Portland, Oregon, about an hour away from me. And he's also a writer for DVD Maniacs and DVD Talk. So, yeah, if you're a fan of 80s cheese sleaze, you're definitely going to want to grab this. Um, this movie had a production budget of $100,000. It was shot in only 1 week, 7 days to make this little cheesy masterpiece, and it was filmed in Ontario. It is a Canadian film. So yeah, check this out. But however, do not check out the sequel that was released in 2005 because it's really, really just not that good. It's not even like bad good, you know? But this is definitely fun. Uh, I was laughing through this, and of course, the cheesy dialogue between the characters. You know, they just say stuff that wouldn't normally roll off the tongue in a normal conversation. So check out Rock and Roll Nightmare with the fantastic John Michael Thor. You will have fun with this film. So there we go. Rock and Roll Nightmare, uh, also known as Edge of Hell. When you pop this DVD in, it will say The Edge of Hell. It will not say Rock and Roll Nightmare. This was actually changed to Rock and Roll Nightmare so they could get this movie in more markets because, well, this is a lot more friendly than The Edge of Hell. So there we go. Check out Rock and Roll Nightmare, aka Edge of Hell, because you'll have a blast with it. Highly recommend it. Comment down below, subscribe, take care, and cheers. Now go rock and roll.